Okay, so hello everyone. This is Owen McCarthy. I'm the director of RIES IDIOMAS Zero Poto. So this is the RIES podcast. Okay, so today I'm just doing it by myself. Okay, so this is conversation practice. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be practicing some conversation questions for you guys to listen to as well, so that you can hear a native speaker speaking at kind of a quick pace, and also to hear how my pronunciation is different than like an American or something like that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be choosing some questions from the books that we use here in RIES Idiomas, and you can see if you like it or not. And then this is also extra practice for you guys then as well, in case you want to practice something else. Okay, so question one in our pre-intermediate level book is describe yourself. Now, obviously, if we're talking about like elementary level students or beginner or something like that, very, very basic, um, we will be talking about like physically, how would you describe yourself? Are you tall or short or fat or skinny or whatever like that? So because we're talking about pre-inter or intermediate levels now, okay, describing yourself basically means that any question that starts with describe or explain, it's listing vocabulary. Okay, it's making a list. So for example, we're talking about characteristics of your personality, anything like that. Okay, so if I had to talk about myself, I would say that I am hardworking. I'm very dedicated, very responsible. I'm very, very punctual. What else? I think I'm a fun person then as well. A little bit serious sometimes. I'm very stubborn then as well. Okay, so stubborn is Stubborn. So if you want to look that up, you can find the Spanish translation. What I'll try and do here is I won't try and speak any Spanish whatsoever, just to help you guys push yourselves a little bit more. So then, if you do want to go into more detail or anything like that, you can go and like Google translate this word. What else? I think I'm a very social person, very friendly person. I think I have very good communication skills. What else? Yeah, I think that's around it. So generally, when we're talking about this question, you'll be practicing it with a friend next to you in your class. So normally, when we do conversation, you do conversation with the teacher, or else, for example, you would be doing conversation then with like another partner in your group. But it's to help you relax and calm down. Okay. So that's question one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to jump to three and then five and then seven. So we'll only do four for today. Okay, what are your phobias? Okay, so I think my phobias, I think number one would have to be heights. Yeah, well, yeah, I think heights. I'm really, really bad with heights. If I go up anywhere that's kind of high or anything like that, I get really, really stressed and I kind of freeze then as well. I can't really react or I don't know what to do. So I really think heights is a big problem for me. What else? Insects, specifically Mexican insects, because a lot of them can kill you. And in my country, in Ireland, there's really no insect that can kill you at all. So I think definitely scorpions. What else? Spiders then as well, because a lot of the spiders here are very, very scary. Then no one actually told me when I came here first that some cockroaches actually can fly. So that was horrible to find out then as well. Snakes then as well. I never knew that I had a fear of snakes until I saw one up close. Because also there's no snakes in my country. There's no scorpions. There's no cockroaches, lizards, anything like that. It's just too cold. And what else? I used to have a fear of needles, but not anymore because once I came to Mexico, I got sick many, many times in the first like 6, 8 months. So then I had to have a lot of like injections and things like this then as well. So that's question three. Question five then. What is your passion? So I would say teaching, but really more than anything, like, I mean, it's not just teaching. I also am a coach and I do like coaching courses or soft skills then as well. So I would think really like speaking in public is my passion and helping people then as well. I really like that. I like to interact with a lot of people. I like to see their reactions on their face while I'm talking or doing something like that. So I really do like speaking in public. I really like teaching as well because especially in Mexico, it's a very noble kind of yeah, a very noble profession as well. If you think about it, if you're very ethical in academia, which is the way it should be, teaching English is a very noble profession because you have to remember that the standard working week in Mexico is like 48 hours. So then people are coming from their job to the school in order to practice English, but they're taking like 2 hours out of their private life where they could be, I don't know, doing exercise, spending time with their family, I don't know, like doing a sport or socializing or something like that. So they're spending 2 hours 2 times a week or an hour and a half 2 times a week to come and study English. So you have to take that very, very seriously, and you should treat it as very important. So I think that's a really important thing. So that's why I try and make my classes as fun and dynamic and especially as interesting as possible. Because in the past, I took a lot of courses in Spanish to help my Spanish. A lot of the courses were really, really boring. Even in my country, Ireland, a lot of the courses that I took, it seems like that the teacher was just there for money or a paycheck or something like that, and that he really didn't want to be teaching. So I really kind of incorporated that mentality into like designing our courses here in RIES, that if you had to come and take these courses, would you enjoy it? And I had to look at it from the perspective, not as a teacher or as a director, but from a student then. That if I was taking this English course, would I really like it or not? So I think that's a really, I think it's a really interesting kind of a course that we give here. Um, okay, then question 7, what do you do to relax? Okay, I think I really like gardening, spending time outside, spending time with my dogs. I have 3 dogs, Yoshi, Pandita, and Chuchita, or else I call her Belle in English. So I really like spending time with my dogs, gardening, being outside, being in nature in general, spending time with my wife and my son, of course. I think cooking actually calms me down a lot now. I think I really relax a lot when I cook. So I really like to do barbecues then as well. But also, yeah, I think I really like to cook in general for my wife and my son. And I find it kind of relaxing, or else kind of like that I can focus on one thing and not get distracted by many other things. So anyway, that's where we're going to stop now. This is only like 6.5 minutes. Yeah, about 6.5 in total. So this is the first video we're going to be uploading to RIES on our Facebook. And this is our free podcast, so you can be looking at this, and any comments or suggestions about something else that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. In the future as well, I will be using these whiteboards behind me then as well to teach some basic grammar topics and stuff like that. Because I do think that a lot of teachers, especially in this area, they don't teach grammar in a very a very visual way, or a very simplistic way then as well. And they don't explain when you use it or how you use it. Okay, so any comments, suggestions, please give us a like and let us know. Thank you very much and have a great day.